Hi everyone, thanks for joining today's CASAVlog. I'm Cheryl Holmes, Director of Marketing Communications at Casacom. So here it is. The reality of working from home is that it's honestly just not for everyone. Some people are having a harder time managing this new normal of being mainly confined to our homes, and the weight of that isn't always noticeable to our employers and to our managers. So in today's CASAVlog, I'm going to explore how team leaders can identify an employee who needs support and how through internal communications we can help our team members manage their stress and their anxiety. The fear and the anxiety that we are experiencing because of these world events can really become paralyzing. So without becoming an at-work therapist, there are ways that leaders and managers can keep track of what's going on with their people. As COVID-19 unfolds, internal communications plays a really big role in ensuring the well-being of employees at a company. A recent US survey actually found that 4 out of 5 employees are feeling stressed out by workplace communications. So that means company executives, internal communications teams, and HR must work together to make sure that they're providing employees with the tools and resources that they need. So here are some tips on how to communicate effectively to your employees and how to spot the signs when some extra support is needed. It's important to keep your team updated on your company's crisis plan and crisis messaging. This is the time that business leaders really need to be taking their internal communications one step further. So in addition to providing information, employees also need to feel encouragement and inspiration. Host virtual meetings, town halls, and fireside chats so that all your staff understand how the company is responding to these really unprecedented times, and be sure to remind your team about their value. Keep your employees in the loop on what they should be saying and which specific topics to avoid, and make your employees feel heard. Check in on them regularly and have open discussions. Communicating with employees right now isn't just about providing updates. It's also about answering questions and getting feedback. If an employee feels like they're not in the loop, they're less likely to remain agile and engaged. So make the whole team accessible and encourage teamwork. Employees still really want to talk to their coworkers, and free apps and social networking tools can keep companies connected really easily. You can also host virtual social events and find occasions to get your team together to de-stress. This really will make a difference in ensuring that no one at the company feels like they're alone. And as I said before, check in regularly and not just by email. Employees who are feeling stressed might not show it through a business tone professional email. So schedule one-on-one meetings and chats so that you don't lose track of your team and make the assumption that they're okay. If a team member is truly suffering and providing an opportunity to talk isn't enough, then even the best HR professional or communications professional really shouldn't try to play the role of a therapist. Consider assigning either a point person or a point team to address questions that employees may have about the business, and to point them in the direction of available resources and explain how those can help. Even in group and in private communications, remind your team about the work benefits available to them for mental, physical, and emotional support. It's important for team leaders to understand that there are ways to spot if an employee is struggling or if they're in need of support. Pay close attention to your entire team on video calls. Notice if they're communicating in their normal way. Watch their body language, their facial expressions, and just be aware. Be conscious of how often it is that you're hearing from your team members. If you've noticed that 1 or 2 are fading quickly into the background, if they're making mistakes, typos, or skipping really crucial steps in normal processes, this could be a sign that they're feeling unwell or that they're distracted. If an employee has lost focus altogether or has completely stopped volunteering, it's a sign that they really might not be feeling their best. This is a global pandemic, and each person is going to have a slightly different way of reacting to how the world is changing. And while businesses can do their part to help, it's also really important to remind employees and to remind people to tune into their own emotions and to their own experiences, and to do whatever it is that they can to contribute to addressing their personal impact of these changes. Thanks so much for your time. We'll see you again for another CASAVlog.